how I got into meditation. When I was a child, I used to have a very strange experience. This went on until I was a teenager. I always felt I was being watched by someone. When I used to study, I was watched. When I played sports, I felt I was watched. When I showered, I was watched. When I saw a movie, I was sure I was watched. No matter what I did or said, I always felt that I was being watched by someone. When this first happened, obviously I was a little nervous and uncomfortable. Soon I got used to this phenomenon of being watched. I never really shared this with anybody as I was growing up. When I was in my early 20s, I was initiated into meditation. It was a technique called Transcendental Meditation, TM, a method popularized by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. This meditation technique is one of the most powerful and simple ways to pick up meditation. After a few days of meditation, I realized that the person watching me was getting closer and closer to me. He seemed to be watching me from somewhere incredibly close. After a few months of meditation, it became obvious to me that the person watching me was not outside but inside me. Let me explore a powerful insight through a thought experiment. Let us say you are watching an object, a flower vase. Who is watching this vase? Let me call the vase the object. It is your eyes. So your eyes can be called the subject and the vase the object. But are you really watching the vase with your eyes? Not really. You're watching not with your eyes, but through your eyes. Now, if you close your eyes, you will realize something interesting. There is something inside you watching even your eyes. How do you know that? This is because this something inside yourself is aware that your eyes are closed, your eyes are squinting, your eyes are wide open, your eyes are feeling tired, and so on. So who is watching your eyes? Very simple. It is your mind. So now your eyes have become the object and your mind is the subject. Do you get this? It is very important. So stay with me. Now it gets even more interesting. There is something watching even your mind. How do you know this? Well, there is something inside you that is actually aware of all the feelings and thoughts and emotions and ideas that are running through your mind. That your mind is sad, happy, jaded, anxious, and so on. So who is watching your mind? Well, in the wisdom traditions of India, Vedanta, that which is watching your mind is called Sakshi, or the witness, or in English, consciousness itself. So now your mind becomes the object and your Sakshi or consciousness becomes the subject. That is why this witness or consciousness is the ultimate subject, because it watches everything happening in your life. Your body, your mind, external objects, the drama of your life, your experiences, and so on. This was a very powerful realization for me. Yes, I was being watched, but it was my own consciousness or witness that was watching me. This Sakshi or consciousness is luminous, never changing, and ever present. It is immortal and witnesses everything. Who is watching Sakshi or the consciousness? Good question. The short answer, nothing or nobody can watch consciousness or Sakshi. but your consciousness watches and witnesses everything. Here is why this realization is so important. It demonstrates that your body is an object, and that means it is yours, but it is not you. Your mind is also an object. So that means it is also yours, but it is not you. This is a powerful truth and distinction that liberates you from suffering. When you realize you're not your body, you are not your mind, you're not your experiences, you are not your beliefs, you liberate yourself from all forms of mental, emotional, and psychological suffering. This is because you realize you are not the object. You are the subject, the ultimate and immortal witness of everything. Now let me come back to meditation again. What is the ultimate goal of meditation? The short answer: it is to taste and touch that part of you which never changes, which is ever luminous, and that is your consciousness. When you do that, you experience beauty, silence, bliss, and the truth. And if you can experience this consciousness continuously, without a break for 24 hours, you become an enlightened being.